Hey everyone, on today's video, I'm going to summarize SB-721, the deck and balcony inspection. This is going to go through one of the hottest topics within the multifamily market right now. It's becoming a growing concern because we are getting close to January 1st, 2025, which is when all of our decks and balconies have to be inspected. And this is statewide. So I'm going to dive in on the summary and talk it through. California SB 721 now requires periodic inspections on multifamily buildings with 3 or more units and that are 2 stories and higher in height. Owners have until January 1st, 2025 to complete the first inspection. So what does this mean for owners? What is the balcony inspection bill? So SB 721 aims to add a new level of public safety to decks, balconies, and other external elevated structures in multifamily residential units. This will be accomplished through required inspections performed every 6 years. So this is just something that we're going to have to just bring into our business and have to plan for. So diving in, the inspections will address structural integrity, flashings, waterproofing of these elements on the buildings. Again, for 3 or more units and 2 or more stories in height. So who's going to perform these inspections? The inspections must be performed only by a licensed architect, civil or structural engineer, or a building contractor holding specific licenses. The law requires the inspector to report any hazardous conditions that pose a life safety threat to the local building official. Building owners will have anywhere between 15 and 120 days to address any necessary repairs, depending on the condition of items inspected. So that's very important. We got a timeline on the work. So let's dive in a little bit more. What does the inspection involve? The inspector will evaluate the condition, adequacy, and performance of the various items that compromise the deck, balcony, landing, stairway structure with a focus on structural integrity. The inspector will look for any indications of water intrusion, dry rot, structural compromise. Now they're going to be looking at the flashings. Is there rust, corrosion, adhesion, any issues with the waterproofing materials? On the decks, on the walkways, they're going to be looking at the coatings, the waterproof coatings, to check their integrity as well. Any wood framing such as joists, beams, posts will be inspected for any type of damage. Again, that's going to affect the structural integrity. That's mainly what they're looking for. The inspector will issue a report of their findings along with photos sufficient to document the conditions of the building elements as a baseline for future inspections and to create a historical record. All right, so the majority of inspections could likely result in the identification of minor problems or hopefully no problems at all. And then this will allow the owner to either address as a matter of routine maintenance and upkeep and allow in the future an owner to kind of get ahead of this and budget it for the next round. But this is the first round of this. So the market's a little bit of in a frenzy right now. And a lot of these inspectors are getting busy and the contractors are getting busy. So I think this first iteration, it's a lot going on. And that's why I wanted to do this video. So this is really important part of the video, other requirements. Okay, so the contractor serving as the inspector cannot perform the report's needed repair items for the building. You have to get 2 separate folks. You gotta have an inspector and a contractor. Can't be the same person. Okay, more information. Building owners must apply for permits on non-emergency repairs within 120 days of receiving the report. When a permit is approved, the owners have 120 days to complete the repairs. Inspectors shall notify local enforcement if the building owner doesn't comply with the repair requirements within 180 days. The owners can be assessed civilly with a civil penalty if the repairs aren't completed within 30 days of the notice and could lead to a building safety lien on the property. And then lastly, owners of the properties that qualify for the inspection must call an inspector to have this completed by January 1st, 2025. So overall, that's a summary of SB 721. I wanted to walk through it. There's a lot there, and it's arising a lot of questions within the marketplace. If you'd like for me to send you a copy of this report that I just put together and reviewed, I'm happy to do so. I've got also a copy of the entire SB 721 bill if you want to review that as well. And I think most importantly, we're all having to deal with this together. I've got some units with decks on them. I've got to get those inspected right now. I'm figuring this out on my own. A lot of other owners are figuring this out on our own, and we're trying to get ahead of it as soon as we can. Again, people are getting busy, vendors are getting busy, and we just don't want to get all the way down towards the end of the deadline and we're in a rush. So I think the biggest question is right now is who are the best inspectors for this and who are the best contractors for this? And the apartment association locally has some folks. I can provide you their contact, but again, it's finding the right people and getting in front of it now. And if you want to talk about this with me one-on-one, or if there's anything else I can do, I'm here and happy to help. Thanks so much for watching this video. We'll continue to keep putting out content, not only about what we're listing and selling as a brokerage team, but also things that we feel are very important to share. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.